Greetings, Minecrafters! Nonsanity here, and welcome to another episode of All the Mods 9 to the Skies. Alright, so last time we set this thing up, and it ran. It ran quite a bit. It went through all the gold and diamonds and Certus, created lots of circuits, and I put them all into my storage system, and the sieves are gone. Even the regular manual ones, I haven't used those in quite some time. So it was time to pull them out. And now using those circuits, let's make a few things from Applied Energistics. 2. I don't even remember 1. It's been so long. It's been 2 for a long time. All right, so what do we want to make in here? Well, we need to make a controller. That's this guy here. And it needs fluix. You take charged Certus quartz, redstone, and nether quartz, toss it in some water, and you get fluix. Now, I did that. I actually charged the Certus in the power orb over there, this guy here. You can put Certus in any quantity into there. I added it as another recipe down here. Yeah, AE2 Certus, 6 of them. And when the orb is empty, when it has less than 1 of anything, grab from the chest and put exactly 6 into the orb of the Certus. And that worked, and it charged a bunch up. I tossed it in the water with some redstone and Certus dust. Quartz. Made just enough of the fluix to make some seeds and added it to the farm. So we should have a ton. I'm making fluix dust at the moment. Oof, it's already up to almost 800,000 of the dust. But I also made Certus crystal, which was at 600 when I switched it over to the dust. The recipe you can make both recipes from the essence. Yeah, I can see why 3 gets you 3. So yeah, it gives you a little bit more than this one. So they've been running about a similar amount of time, but I give a little bit more of the fluix dust as a result. So you can use that to make stuff. All right, we've made an ME controller. I'd used one of the engineering processors and some of the sky stone, which we've cooked up. I've made a crafting terminal, which requires some more processors of mostly the logic, which is why I had 2 columns of 2 of these columns were making the logics, just because they're used more. I've gone to the extended AE mod add-on to get the ME extended drive, because, hey, why not? That one takes the regular ME drive, which is the engineering processors and some of the glass cable, which is pretty easy. And then that gets mixed with some fluix dust in one of these capacity cards, which is just Certus with some more material. So it wasn't hard to make that. The cable facades, you won't find recipes for them in JEI. They've all been hidden because they're all the same. It'd be nice if I had at least one. For these cable anchors around any block, we'll make these special plates that can go over the cables and sort of hide them. And I got some of the cables, and then I've got some storage buses. Piston and a sticky piston around an interface, which has the annihilation and formation cores. They're just slightly different from each other. One uses Certus, one uses quartz. And any glass, yep. So let's set these up. Let's get rid of this wooden floor here. And because I've already got the flux point there, I'm just going to stick my controller here. I will move it somewhere else eventually. But this is just like a temporary setup. I've made one other thing for storage, and that is I have the storage scanner here, but I've added a storage controller. Now this is from Sophisticated Storage, and it connects to all the chests around here and shows you what's in them. So if I were to stick a storage bus on there and connect it to my ME controller and stick a, wrong side, stick a terminal on the top here, I can now open that and I can see all my stuff. It's just that easy. Except it doesn't see what's in the danks. The thing I've heard the most of is Supremium. No, scroll up here. I got crystallized mineral, 9,000 of that. But I can't see any of the stuff in the danks. So let's fix that. Let's break underneath here and lay down some cables. And I've already poked a hole. There we go. The laser IO creates that weird glow. I see it comes up here, goes out in front of each of these. Whoop. Oh, did I run out of cable? Thought I'd made enough. I've got some more in here though, so we're set. And now just put a storage bus on each of these and they will be connected to the system. Look in here and we got a 19 million fertilized essence. I should do something with that. I'm not sure what. 8.888 million potassium nitrate dust and 8 million mineral logs already. I haven't had that running for too long. 7 million grains of it. Okay, yeah, I got lots of stuff. And it's all in the system. And that's pretty nice. I mean, this is what a lot of people go for. It would be sort of nice to get away from the chests, perhaps. So let's put down this extended drive. That's nice because it's got twice as many slots in one block. We need drives. So then the question is, what sized cells, these drives, do we want? Now the basic ones, those are the mega. There we go. These are the storage cells. Goes from 1K, 4, 16, 64, 256, 1K. Those are the basic ones. Well, it's 1K fluid. 256K is the largest built into applied energistics, but then you can go higher. And that is which color here? Chemical, portable. Oh, it's these, the black. Go to 1 million, 4 million, 16 million, 64 million, and 256 million. Do I want to go that high? I don't think I need to. With the danks, they carry all my really cool, the things I have huge amounts of. Because of it, the way AE2 works, if you see it has here 1 million bytes used, 104856, but only 63 types. So no matter what, each drive can only hold 63 item stacks. The stacks are really big and they get bigger with the bigger drives, but it's like a chest. It's just like these chests, which have a certain number of slots. But then if you add the stacking, you can get a lot more in each slot. So like here, let's see. This one's got stuff. So like with these two tier 5 upgrades, I can hold 65,000 items in one slot. But I have this many slots. So these discs are the same sort of thing. They have a certain number of slots. They just have 63 slots. but they get pretty decently deep. I think 256 is probably all I need to do. If we want to go with the Mega, we do have to make a different type of processor, which we can do in the same machine. And that just takes some sky steel, which you get by tossing charged Certus, iron, and skystone into lava. It won't burn, but it will combine into sky steel. There are no sky steel seeds, so that'd be the only way I can make it. But I don't need a huge quantity of it. And I don't really think I need any. I got the Danks. I like the Danks. They can hold 2 billion in each slot, so I think they win. So I'm just going to make the 256. So to make the 256, you need the 256K storage component, which is made of 3 of the previous one, the 64, and each of those is made of 3 of the 16, and the 3 of the 4, and 3 of the 1, which is made with Certus around the logic. So you need a lot of these logic processors. And then a bunch of calculation, and don't need any of the others. So I did that. Here they are. And I still have tons and tons of those processors left. Got 8,800 of the logic, 4,000 of the engineering, and 2,000 of the calculation. And I did make some of the megacell components just to try it out. I just don't think I'm going to need them. So now we should have plenty of storage. There is nothing in these. They're all empty. And right now, everything's in the storage here. If I wanted to keep these, and you know, they're fine for storage. I mean, I don't need to put them all in the drive. Then I would probably want to click this button and set their priority up to like 10. That means when you come in here and you grab something, if it's in both, if there's some in the chest and some in a drive, because the chest is the higher priority at 10, and the drive is at 0, then it'll pull from the chests first. Likewise, if you put anything into the system, it'll go into the chests first. So right now here with this set to 10, anything I put in or take out of here, like if I take out, let's get away from the dank stuff, take out this red concrete powder and then put it back in, it would have gone, it's gone back into one of these chests. There's still nothing in any of the drives. But if I wanted to start moving everything to the drives, I could set them to a higher priority. And now if I take something out, say the printed logic circuits here, and then put them back, they will not have gone into the drawer because it has a lower priority. You can see the blue light. There they are in that storage cell. And I mean, I could take like a whole bunch of stuff here and chuck it back in the system, and now it's all in the cell. Keep the cable facades. So now there's a bunch of stuff in there. 31 types. See, that drive is now half full of things. Even though it's only used a small number of its bytes, half of its slots are full with different items. I don't have a lot of individual items in this set of data, in this set of items and storage. So yeah, these drives are going to be fine. They're more than big enough. So do I want to have everything switch over into storage? Yeah, let's pipe it all in here. For that, okay, I just applied a facade there. That's fine. For that, I'm going to need an import bus. And I did make one of these. And I've got some acceleration cards as well. So let's break this. If I had the wrench, I wouldn't have to break the cable too, but that's fine. Put the import bus there. Give it the acceleration cards. Now it's going to be taking everything out of my storage. Forget. Okay, there it goes. It's taking everything out and putting it into my disks. Now I counted how many slots are in all these chests, and it's just slightly more than the number of slots I have in here. But then most of these chests were empty, so I wasn't using it. But you can see right there, the yellow means that the number of slots has filled up, but not the number of items. It would turn red if the number of bytes was full. But the fact they're all turning yellow means they've got a full complement of 63 items. The blue one is filling up currently. But there is a whole... These are just the ones on this side. If I look behind, there's another drive behind it. Those are the ones on this side. It fills up the front first, the backs, and you can see they've got a little dot on them, the same as the pictures here. So these are all blue, cyan, so they're empty. These two are still cyan. That one's blue. It's still filling up with stuff. Yeah, there's still stuff in that. Actually, that one may not be connected because of this in the way. I think I just need the sophisticated... There's a linking tool of some sort. I haven't actually used it since I wasn't using the scanner, the controller, excuse me. Oh, there it is. Storage tool. Actually, I think I did make one. No, is it in my backpack? Maybe I didn't make one. All right, well, we'll just make one. Even though I'm about to get away from... I have sticks. Don't I? Oh, I guess I don't. Oh, because they've all been switched in. Yeah, I need to stop using this one. Most of the stuff is now gone. There we go. So is it click this first? Linking to controller there. It's got, yep, okay, there it's going. It's now linked. And that's probably the last of the items. Yep, all the rest are empty. So as soon as this one's finished, our drives will be full. It's filled the first rack. It's starting to work on the back rack. Back rack. Now it's going to pick up speed, since there's just a little bit in each slot. Blip, 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 and it's gone. All my stuff is in here except for what's in the drive. Oh, okay, yeah, good. I'm just importing from that. That doesn't see the danks. So it's not importing from the danks. I don't want that. So a little more than half full. I may make another drive and some more cells. Just more of the same. That'd be good. Now, if there was anything in any of those drives that should be in the danks, which is possible. Actually, I want to set the danks priority to like 100. There we go. So if I like put redstone into the system, I want it to go back into here where I've got all my redstone. I don't want it to start filling up the well, the chests are empty now. I don't have to fill up my drives. Now, the priority works in both directions, so both getting and putting back, which is the way it sort of needs to be. But then sometimes, like I said, I might have redstone on one of these discs, and I want it to go into the dank now. With setting that priority, if I put some redstone in, it will go into the danks. But if I already have some redstone in the drives, I need to get it out. So I've got that and something to fix that and a few more things here. This is an MEIO port. The drive acts like a cable, so the port is connected to the controller here. And it's got 2 slots. You put disks over here, cells, and it will pull everything off of them and into the system, and then stick the empty over here. So if I now take, I don't need that anymore. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the speed upgrades in there just to speed it up. And temporarily empty my inventory out. So if I take these 4 drives out and then put these in their place, these are empties. These have stuff. Actually, let's get all of those and put all the empties I've got over there. Now I can toss some of these in, and now they're empty. And these have stuff in them. So it just copied things over. Now I'm going to put some more over here in. Now they're empty. I can add them in. And then the last 4, and now they're empty. So basically, I just moved all of my items from this block into the system. And in doing so, if any of them were in the dank, that's where they got put. Everything else got put back into one of these drives. So this block is handy for just cleaning out your system, moving stuff on and off disks. It does look like I saved a little bit of room, but not a ton. I think my system was pretty clean to begin with, but it probably had some ancient stuff in some of these chests that should have been in the dank. All right, now I got other things in here, and part of it is to allow me to have what I've got with this thing, the storage scanner. It no longer, well, okay, it can still see, I wonder. It can still see everything in the danks because the scanner can see the danks. But all the chests, might as well just pick those up because there's nothing in them anymore. But I wonder if it could see what's in my AE system. I'm curious. I haven't tried that. Let's make an interface. I don't think this will work. ME interface. Make one of those. And we'll just put it here. And then go to this and we'll touch it. And start removing things and see if the interface shows up. It should. Getting close. There's the ME port. There's the controller. There's the storage controller, and there's the interface. I'll delete all this. If I add that, actually, okay. You can't see it. I had a feeling that was the case. All it would be able to see in this block is what we tell it to have on store. So let's see. So, oh, okay. These top slots are just ghost slots. Anything you put there, it will try and put into the bottom slot from the inventory. So these bottom slots are actual stuff. So this polished diorite, should be able to see it here. Yep, there it is. Those blocks are actually here in this block right now and could be piped out and used for whatever. But while this interface does provide access to everything in the system, for the storage scanner, it just sees it as a box with these slots, and they're all empty. So the storage scanner we can no longer use with AE2. But I like it. It has done me very well. Bye-bye tablet, bye-bye scanner. So I need a new remote. I'm not going to downgrade just because I wanted to go to AE. So we're going to make a remote, but we're going to make a really good remote. For that, we need the quantum ring, which isn't too expensive. It uses some of the dense cable and an energy cell. Need 8 of those, and then a quantum link chamber, which is quartz glass and fluix pearls. Not difficult to make. Put those like that with this in the middle, and if the center ones on the sides here get bigger, then it is correctly formed. And actually, I'm going to swap that cable for a dense cable. There we go. They're all lit up and glowing. I don't think they connect to the little cables, but they will connect to the dense cable. All right, so now how does this function? Oh, and one other thing I want to put down is a dense energy cell. There we go. This just acts as a power buffer for the ME system. It's getting the flux point power directly into it, and it turns that RF, FE, into its own AE power and stores some of it here in the dense energy cell. So if there's any fluctuations in power, which there shouldn't be, this can handle the excess. Also, if it needs more power than this can provide, which I'm going to definitely let it provide, this also acts as like a capacitor to hold a little bit extra power for when it needs it. If you're ever using AE and you're using a remote and it keeps going dark or anything, if it flickers on and off, that's probably because you need one of these. All right. The next thing we need is... it's over here. No, we'll just make one. Let's make the remote. It's wireless. And we want the crafting terminal. Wireless crafting terminal. Here we go. One of those. Another one of these dense energy cells, which takes 8 of these. Actually, I think I've made some of those, so just make that. It's a regular terminal. And then you make it into a crafting terminal. And then you put them all together and you have a wireless crafting terminal. Which, if I open it up, nothing happens. And we could add a little antenna to the cable and connect to that, but it'll have limited range. We can add range boosters to it, but it still won't work across dimensions. We're going to just go straight to a really good wireless. For that, we need to set up a matter condenser. And I'm going to set it up here because I've got a sink. And get some piping. And pipe water from the sink as fast as we can into this, and I want to put an extra 256K storage component. It's the same thing I use to make my cells. I'm going to switch this to, you can have it just trash everything that comes in. And right now water's coming in. You can also have it turn whatever's coming in into matter balls. You can see that go pretty quick with all that water. Or you can have it make singularities. So it takes a lot more stored matter and energy to make a singularity. Though these matter balls are nice, they have 512 EMC. So if you notice, I've actually removed the cobble gens I had under here. And instead I've got some universal pipe coming from another matter condenser back here, making matter balls from the same water source. And that has been powering, and it works much faster. Look how fast the phantom membranes come through compared to using cobble. So it's an upgrade for that. Actually, it's been running for a bit. I've got, that's a lot of EMC. That's close to 1 billion EMC. I will never use it in this pack. I don't know why I'm making it, but I'm making it because I can make it, I guess. How are we doing over here? We're almost done. So there's something else I want to get. Got to come over here because the remote isn't working quite yet. We need some TNT, but Applied Energistics makes a little tiny TNT. So let's use that. There we go, a singularity. We need the remote's not working yet. We need an ender pearl, a singularity, and a lever. Yeah, I don't know what the blast resistance of this is, but I think because we're claimed, we should be okay. So I'm going to turn off my magnet, toss out the singularity, the ender pearl, and set off the TNT. Oh, it did break stuff. Interesting. And it did some weird things with the graphics. It did not block update everything. Okay. This is claimed. Oh, I'm surprised that broke. All right, but it turned it into 2 quantum singularities that are entangled. Quantum entanglement means that they share properties. Place one in here. And actually, we can go in here. No. There we go. No. Maybe I do have to make a wireless just to link it to the system first. Because I can't open it to put in the singularity. So let's see. Wireless. I did make one. Wireless access point. Stick that in there. There we go. We need this interface. So we do have to make this briefly. Drop that in there. It's now connected to our system. I think I can break that. Now we can open it up. No, we can't. All right, so it has to be around. So let's do that again, just to make sure. All right, so now we can open it up. We can see our system, but we can take this and place it there. And do I need anything else? I do need, that'll work. I should now be able to break this. No, okay. I'm keep getting ahead of myself, I guess. There's one more card. AE2. No, let's do applied. Range. Dimension. I forget what it was called. Booster. It's a card. There we go. Quantum Bridge card. That's what we want. So let's make one of these. This is what I think what I need. Oh, still need. There's a lot of this has changed since I last used. All right, open it up. Place this in here. Break that. And it works. Okay. These two combined are now using this thing as my wireless access point for my remote, which means I can go any distance away and it still works. And I can even go into another dimension like the Nether, and it still works. Wunderbar. I mean, it's the same functionality that I had before, but now it's digital, I guess. I wanted to get into AE2 because there's a bunch of other mods that add neat features, and I want to give those a try. So I can put that away, I can put that away, put that away. Guess I don't need the extra acceleration card. Don't need the wireless access point anymore. And let's put that there, and let's sort of decorate a little bit. Because I'm sort of down in a hole here still. For now, I'm going to cover the rest of this space up with concrete and grab some clear glass and put that down like so. Just a minor bit of decoration for the moment. Yeah, I want to cover all that up too, now that it's exposed. Yeah, so we've got this interface, and I've got my remote interface, and I like it sort by quantity, put the highest quantity at the top, just so I can monitor that. AE is done. Let's move on. Last time we made, well, first half of last time we made latex over there, and I have torn that down because I made enough latex, and if I need to, I can always make it again. It's not like I didn't make it twice for the episode. But using the latex, I can make a simple machine frame, so I guess I should do that first. Over here, I've got a whole bunch of chests. These are stuff chests, input chests, not the project. That's the project chest. We got plastic, we got nether brick, we got pity machine frames, which you can craft. Got iron ingots and gold gears. Up here we got sugar, redstone, glass, diamond gears. Redstone, glass, furnace, diamond gears, and crafting tables, and redstone, glass, diamond gears, and blaze rods. Let's put those to use. There's a bunch of things you can make with the machine we're about to use, but these are the ones I know I'll need a bunch of. Let's separate these. And this is the dissolution chamber. These take 8 materials, just one, not stacks, and a fluid and power, and output an item. And the fluid we're going to be giving all of these is the latex that we've collected. I'm going to run it all the way up here, and we're going to start outputting it. And I guess I'm going to give it some speed and say round robin, so they all get a full load of latex. At the same time, I'm going, because this is universal cable, I can also give them all power through the same cable. And there goes their power. I'm going to need one more of these. Now, each one of these is going to take a recipe, so I need one of each of these stacks here. Put them in, and I'm going to lock it. The placement around the circle doesn't matter. Now, with the latex, power, and these items, it's going to start crafting automatically. It's a little slow, but we will fix that. There we go. Simple machine frame. But we don't want it to be slow, so let's get these materials, put them over here and lock it. The locking makes it so that only the same item can go in here, because I'm about to start piping the items in. And if I didn't have it locked, then we'd get nothing but redstone, or whatever's in the first slot of the chest. This way, each slot is locked to a particular material. Speed. You just go ahead and use the speed yourself. And this one, put these materials in, lock it. This one is going to be making another card that can go over here. I think this is the processing. Yes, processing. We're going to give it one. And then this last one is, I think, efficiency. Lock it. In the meantime, we're just going to have each of these pipe over. And we're going to give them all speed ups. Now, these machines can input and output automatically. And we got 3 more speeds. So I think we're going to give a speed to each one of these machines. And we're going to give each one a process and a efficiency and a processing. There we go. This one still needs a processing, and this one needs I need processing, and this one needs the efficiency. Now these are all the tier 2. Don't bother with the tier 1. If you got the materials, just make the tier 2. Yeah, and that's it. Like I said, they can, like the output over here is orange. So if we go to orange and we say push, then it will send these items into this chest over here. You could have them pull from these chests into themselves, but they're actually really slow. So it's much faster. They spend more time refilling one item, 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 and then it starts processing. Here you can see they immediately start processing. It's just so much faster using the pipes. And then might as well use some pipes to send them all down to the same output chest. They don't have to. I mean, they could sit in, they got several slots here, but they only stack to 16. I'm making a stack. So yeah, let's go ahead and pump them all out into the output. And that is pretty good. So I'm going to steal one of each type of these cards. That one. And come over here. Because I made one of the simple machine frames earlier and used it to make this recipe to make the marine fisher. Doesn't take anything else out of the ordinary. Now this guy wants to live in the water, so I'm going to place it down here in the water, right in the middle of this chamber. And give it power from the bottom, and it is starting to make... Oh, yeah, look at that. It's fishing stuff up. Let's give it some storage before it runs out. Yep. Oh, man, I'm missing my pipes. And whack that so it extracts. Does it need a... it's running so fast it probably needs an upgrade, doesn't it? Let's give it a speed upgrade. There we go. And that is going to get us fish in large quantities. We don't need large quantities. We need some. Also gets us the Nautilus shells, which are useful. We can make them from essences. Yes, I thought we could make them from essences. Yeah, there it goes. Prismarine and fish essence. So we need the fish essence, which needs the fish seeds. We need a lot of fish to feed through the soul extraction to get the jars. And we got lots of fish now. So let's run over here. And I made 3 already. I added this bit of pipe in a chest. So now this outputs, because this thing is sided. I think the jars go in the side, the fish go in the top, and the output comes out the bottom. So if I put the jar, and it needs 12 fish to fill a jar, they go into their proper slots. It fills up, and hey, we've got that. Let's use it. It is done. It extracts out the bottom. We have 4 of those. Come over here. Let's look up which essence these needs. I think it's a, oh, yeah. I think it's green. Yeah, Prudentium. Four of that. Put that in that chest. These in this chest. Oh, and because this is a mob seed, we need to do one more thing. We need to convert this prosperity seed with some solium dust into a solium seed base, which I will replace there. That gets us fish seeds. Go into the farm. And I've made 3 fish seeds, and this is the 4th one. And they are, I think I'm just putting them, no, I'm making fish with them. So I have 500,000 fish just from last night. I also made some Nautilus shells with the recipe. It's a double recipe. Let me actually show you that one. Sometimes I want something that takes a combination recipe, like 2 different essences, like the Nautilus shells, require prismarine and fish essence. So I've got both of those coming into this crafter, and it's crafting them. But I don't want it to overload on either one because it uses uneven portions of them. If this was the only recipe using these 2 essences, one of the 2 would build up in my system, and I'd get a ton of it here in this chest. You don't see that happening. That's because I also have both of these in another crafter. So yeah, here. I'm using them for regular prismarine crystals here, and for tropical fish. And this output is set to round robin. So as the essences of those 2 types come in, they get split between these 2 crafters. Some come in here, get turned into the Nautilus shells, and some get turned into other items here. That slows down the production of Nautilus shells, but I don't need a ton of them. And it keeps the system from backing up. So I think it's quite important to do it that way. The other one I showed you before, was for the Power Nitro, the red stuff that takes the Ender stars, nether stars, which is not mixing 2 essences, but it is using the nether star essence. Okay, I think we're going to stop this episode here. that was a lot of fun stuff getting the AE going again and duplicating duplicating the controller I already had from the beginning of the game almost with the functionality of this mod. This makes it a little bit more complicated to get to that level, but we've got the materials. And that is my philosophy of playing this sort of sky mod pack, sky block pack. And that is to focus on the materials. Get those, and setting up a system like this with 20 256K discs is trivial. We can have the material. I can make more. It doesn't matter. I got it all. I love not having to worry about the materials. So do those first. And there's a few more materials we need to get, like all the modium. Don't have that yet. For that, we're going to need to get into some more of the magic-themed mods. I personally don't really draw a line between the magic and the tech mods. It's all theming. They're all doing the same thing. Generally, some of the magic mods are less about piping things and sometimes actively try and keep you from piping. I'm talking to you, Botania. But they can still be automated. So they're still tech mods that just have a different theme. So anyway, this is Nonsanity signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time. You're in the glass.